Hi guys, so let's see what this reading has to say. Oh, I need to clean my desk. Okay. The Ten of Wands. Are you carrying other people's burdens? If you are, let them go. Please. Someone else may be like carrying your burdens. The Moon. Five of Coins. This could be a situation where there's like not enough money. Not enough money. You're having to rely on your own self, your survival. You're watching out for danger or errors. You're sensitive to deception. The Hanged Man. Wisdom, trials. You're learning a lot through some sort of situation. This is something that's in your control. Some of you need to have an approach. Dang it. I had the Knight, or no, it was the Page of Swords. The one where it looks like a painting. You know, there's white clouds and it's a blue sky, and he's holding a sword and he's looking the other way. It's very graceful. It's very like posed. So there's something. This may resonate for some of you. There's something posed about you. There's something composed. Something very, very intentional about you. Like especially with the magician energy, I'm a magician. We work only with intention. You know, we first have an intention and then approach something with action after we've claimed an intention. So as long as your intentions are good and clear, you're on the up and up. And what I mean by that is you have nothing to worry about. Could feel stuck in some sort of situation. That's what I'm picking up on here. The cards are talking about that. Something could have gone a lot better, okay? And if anything, this is to give you clarity. The only thing I can give you guys is clarity or like motivation to continue in some way or to change your path, because there's someone involved with you, or you want to get someone involved, or there's been someone involved with you that isn't meant to be there, okay? In the plot of it all, it's like you have to leave someone behind in order to get everything you want. Definitely just saw that message here. You know something internally, and it's something for you to juggle and decide here, because it's dealing with this material world. It's dealing with the earth plane. There could be assets. Ooh, some of you guys are in a relationship that isn't going like you want it to, and you want to back out of it, and you're trying to figure out how to do that. Others of you have been dealing with family or some sort of bonds with people that no longer fit you. Like they no longer are meant to be in your life. They're just not meant to be there anymore. You're meant to move on into your assured success in the world. You have that already for you. Some of you need to hear this, okay? You need to hear that you need to be independent right now. You're not meant to be in a relationship being like taken care of by somebody. A lot of people need to hear that. And I know that that's not easy and very ABC to do, because when it comes to bills and all of those things, it doesn't always make sense. But when I tell you that those of you know that you have a secret saying kind of purpose, and I'm talking about like Ariana Grande, okay? She literally started her career with like papers, lyrics, a phone. I mean, people she just met. Like, it all starts somewhere, and then it leads and it grows. And I think that that is healthy for things to grow like that in on the earth, in the world, in society, in order for there to be leverage and real advantage. Okay, but it needs to happen organically. Some of you guys have something innately built in you that is able to do this, like literally what she does, things to that degree, to that level, because it picks up and it grows. Your own energy does what your capabilities can do. What you can do multiplies, it grows, it becomes more as you grow, right? Because you're able to do more to an extent, but still you are. You think higher. We our brain expands and it grows and it becomes more experienced throughout life. So there's something very important about that here. Like things that you know or that you will know in the future, that like your body is going to have to carry and hold on to this information or this mediumship. There's something that you do as a form of a medium, and this is the only thing in between you and like having some of your own dreams come true. You may need to allow some sort of ending to happen in order for things to like feel like good again. Like even with me, some of my own family interferes with my inner self, you know? So there could be something like that. You may need to end, some of you guys need to end a relationship in order to have success and stability in the world. There's stars. There are stars that are on their path right now on Earth, and they are learning as they go through their life experiences. And some of these life experiences have to do with like, well, I need security. But I also want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and I'm going to have them assist me with that. That's natural to do, but what's written in the stars for you, truthfully, like at the bottom line, for a lot of the stars that were born in the early 2000s, including me, are meant to go about our journeys single for the time being, or at least focused on another area. But just do what you feel compelled to do. I wouldn't say there's something super wrong that you can do about that. One can come before the other, but just don't let it distract you or weigh you down or take you away from something that's actually destined in your Akashic records, okay? That's really important to avoid. Allowing anyone or anything take you away from your own work purpose, because we are forces. The star itself is meant to uplift humanity and uplift others out of the dirt, out of where they've gone. So don't allow yourself to go down, right? You get what I mean, okay? Just saying, for those of you who are meant to hear that, before anything gets worse, if you're not happy, change the plot, change the scenery, okay? It will shift how you feel. It's true. You may need to move, but I don't see that in the cards. Something that you do in your space right now, can take you out of your situation. There's something like unknown in the reality. It hasn't manifested yet, but you know it, okay? There's like a slice of intuition you're using, or you have. Someone may be perceiving and not saying anything that you're leaving soon, or that you have better things to deal with, which may really truly be the case, okay? If you have $50,000 to go after it. Go after it. That person that you choose to stay with because it's it's an expected relationship. That's the thing. It's like we're meant to kind of create this spontaneity. And if that's not happening in our relationships, then it will create stagnancy. We're like an settling in a way that isn't actually meant for the star. Okay. Like, honestly, me standing in my power drives people to me, and it all also drives people away. And in order for things to be aligned properly, is to only have the people that are going to fully support that version of you that is the star, that is the most, the loudest, the most extra, the most colorful, or the simply you, like simply you, right? In all of that, just yeah. My point is that there's beauty in all of like maximalism and minimalism in a sense of even your own life. So go about it however you will, you know. Um, if you need to cut someone out of your life because they've actually been slowing down your hotness, then do that, babe. Okay? Definitely remove whoever that's been. Yeah. Like your hotness, your full capacity, your 10 out of 10 status. If people take away from that, they're not meant to be around you. They're undeserving of being around you because they want to take from the human. They don't want to actually help provide, you know, a path for the human. Okay? And it's not all about people helping you and stuff, but actually it is. It is. People helping you on your path to be stable and to be fully like the person you're meant to be. Okay, that's that's the goal. But the people that cut down on others, that's the thing. The ones that cut down on other people are met with some sort of karma, some karmic trail that they create. And you could have a really full understanding of this, of like the spiritual knowledge about all of this. You may be in an environment where people are cutting each other down, or where that happens a lot, and you may be the one to actually put a stop to all of that. Just simply if a person of authority to some extent. Okay, yeah. Some of you guys that are not famous yet, or you're not, like, if you're not well known, um, explored your talents of what you can do for humanity, that's around the corner. That's going to come up. Prepare for that. Make your life about that, okay? Because you have a natural luck to this, and you could have people fighting about it. You could have people constantly want to argue about this, but you're literally out of this. They're in it. You're out of it. You're in some sort of cycle or on your in your timeline of your life, like your life itself of what it's meant to be truly here on the earth. You're far above and beyond these people, and you're meant to stay there so you can help the right ones, or at least to correct whoever these hoodlums are. Hoodlums, I don't know. Whoever these people that don't see out of themselves. That mainly is the problem with humanity, is like we can't see out of ourselves, you know? So that could be going on there. Anyway, it's nothing to you. I mean, it's nothing to us. It's not for us to take care of. That's other people's responsibility. Who started the fight? Who joined in, you know? So some of you could feel like you're like on this iceberg all alone and you're kind of like cold. Or that there's someone or there's always people that give you this vibe. You know? The real ones will come through. The real ones will literally come through. Trust and believe. But the sour apples, or the ones that aren't happy for themselves about anything and can't be happy for other people, look like this guy, who is like you just kind of like that's what you decided, that's what you're doing. Yeah. And guess who has a sold out show? You know, it's just funny how the divine works. Something like that, right? It could really be like a flip of a situation, or there's like you're very highly protected and you're being catered to and held up, and then there's others that are not happy about that, and ultimately it falls back into why they're not happy about themselves. It's a little game of psychology that's going on, and all you have to do at this point, out of everything that I've talked about in this video, is to just stay on track with your intuition, okay? And I mean like the two. If you ever see this and it's giving a spiritual vibe, think of the high priestess. Who was a high priestess? Paris Hilton is a high priestess. Who else? They tend to be long, like long bones, high priestess archetypes, but they know information within, and how to navigate the world, how to navigate Earth from within. So basically, having a boss outside of me say, "Hey, did you," or like, "Are you gonna clean my office for me? And are you also going to, do all blah 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 blah?" And within yourself, you're saying, "I am the boss. I am the office." And literally by that kind of like encapsulating that work within you, or becoming the thing that others have wanted you to become, or that you've wanted yourself to become, because you could be, I'm getting like, usually the high priestess has a strong will. That's why she has a will to go clean the office. And what I was getting at is that eventually the high priestess or priest owns that office and is given the keys to the office, because they actually did the work, the job. They listened. And they're very receptive, but without this high priestess knowing inside that they're going to one day grow more and be supported enough to actually get keys to the office, at least giving herself or themselves the chance to go do that for even somebody else, that shows strong will, and that will creates the reality. So yeah, that I wanted to make an example that was not the best example. Or for example, you live in a small town, you live in the middle of nowhere, you go to a production place, like where they make music, and you just find a rhythm, you come up with lyrics, and you belt them, while somebody is playing a guitar or a piano or recording your voice and putting it into some sort of digital track, right? And then they kind of like add things in, and it really is creating this momentum, right? That this high priestess has decided, because she made this decision to go to this production place, and now that this is happening, there's a pretty substantial song coming out. And she used her will. She knew it inside first and walked into that building and executed everything, all of her actions with the knowing. That's really important. And she's connecting the dot from her to future her. And future her is literally at home getting a phone call from this production place about having 50,000 plays and streams in just a week. How is that possible? You know, how is that possible? And it's by the graces of the world, of God, of earth, of the earth angels, human beings that are around showing up for you, showing up for this high priestess. And because she knew inside, or had a feeling, some sort of inkling to go through that process, she now has a song that a lot of people in her reality are like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, this is actually like healing me, And it's because of her, what she gave, what she worked for, and it gives to people. So that's just a full circle way of understanding how to even accumulate some of your own projects, some of your own licensing. Just do whatever you want to do in order to work with a medium. Okay, some sort of medium. A studio is a medium. Tarot cards are a medium. Yeah, you can think of others. People are mediums. I'm a medium. Everything's a medium in a way. A cup is as well, So, yeah, you kind of have to create this holding place. Sorry, I just came out with such a strong energy just now, but you are this holding place for initiation, for others to be uplifted. So as long as you know that within you, carry this information, carry the knowledge, carry the spirit, the spark, the plug, the juice, okay? The sun, the, the, the power for the city. You hold it, okay? So do what you will with it, and be responsible with that. And handle these boundaries with these people properly, okay? Handle them with respect and grace. Handle yourself with respect and grace first and foremost before anyone else, okay? When you don't towards others. When you handle yourself with respect and grace like you're supposed to, others will feel that, and they will respect you for that. You become more honorable by that. All right, I'm going to leave this off here. I think. Continue working. Yeah, continue being the hierophant of your work. The hierophant of the work is the one who calls the shots. It's the one who lays down the principal laws for the rest of society to follow. There could be something really like strong and powerful that you can control in an industry. And for the greater good of all, I would only want for a Libra to be managing some of the, and not a corrupt Libra, those exist too, but I mean a humanitarian Libra, or a humanitarian with Libra in their chart, like me. to really be around me or creating with me or, in a certain position, things of that nature. Advocate for those people, okay? Also, a little side note in our humanity. Make sure that people are really genuinely being good. All right. Yeah. If not, we're gonna come for you. All right, I'm gonna leave this reading off here. And I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.